The mining ship broke through the asteroid field like a knife through dark water. Captain Jake Miller watched the scanner with tired eyes. 3 months of searching empty rocks had worn down his crew. But this one looked different. The asteroid was too smooth, too perfect, Amy Walsh. His navigator pointed at the readings. Something is inside this rock, Captain. The metal signatures are all wrong. Jake nodded and guided the ship closer. The asteroid's surface showed no natural patterns. Instead, smooth. Walls and strange symbols covered the dark stone. This was not made by nature. This was built by someone, Lisa Brown. The engineer ran her hands over the controls. I am reading power sources inside, Captain. Very faint, but still active after who knows how long. The docking clamps locked onto the strange structure with a soft thud. Jake suited up with his team of 5 humans. They moved through the airlock into corridors that seemed to pulse with soft blue light. The walls were made of some kind, of living metal that shifted slightly as they walked. Down the main hallway they found her. She hung in the center of a crystal chamber suspended by beams of light. Her skin was pale blue like winter ice, and her hair flowed around her head like silver water. Even in her prison, she was the most beautiful being Jake had ever seen. Her eyes opened as they approached, revealing depths like purple galaxies. The alien woman looked directly at Jake through the crystal walls. Her lips moved, but no sound came through the barrier. Amy checked her translation device and gasped. She says her name is Princess Zara. She has been trapped here for over 200 years. Her own people put her here. Jake stepped closer to the crystal chamber. Why would they do this to their own princess? Amy listened to more of the alien language. The translator worked slowly. Princess Zara says she refused to marry the war leader. Her people wanted to conquer other worlds, but she spoke against the violence. They could not kill her because she is royal blood, so they built this prison. The princess pressed her hand against the crystal wall, looking directly into Jake's eyes. Even through the barrier, he could feel her desperation, her hope that these strangers might be different from her own kind. Lisa studied the chamber controls. These symbols are like nothing I have seen before, but there is a pattern. Captain, the prison feeds on her life energy to stay powered. If we can reverse the flow. Jake made his decision. We get her out. The team worked for hours while Princess Zara watched them with growing amazement. These humans were risking their lives to save someone they had never met. Their own people would have left her to die. Finally, Lisa found the right combination of symbols. The crystal chamber began to crack with sounds like breaking ice. The light beams flickered and died. Princess Zara fell to her knees as Jake caught her in his arms. She was lighter than air, but her touch sent warmth through his spacesuit. Thank you, she whispered in perfect English. Now that the prison no longer blocked her voice, I had given up hope, but their escape was not going to be easy. Alarms began screaming through the ancient station. Red lights flashed in the corridors as the structure began to shake apart. Without the princess life energy to power it, the whole asteroid prison was collapsing. Run, Jake shouted as chunks of metal ceiling crashed down around them. Princess Zara could barely walk after 2 centuries in the crystal prison. Jake swept her up and carried her as his team raced through the twisting hallways. Behind them, walls cracked, and the floor split open, revealing the cold void of space. Amy led them back to the docking port, but the tunnel was blocked by fallen debris. We are trapped, she called out. Not yet, Lisa said as she pulled out her plasma cutter. I can make us a hole, but it will take time. They did not have. The asteroid station groaned like a dying animal as more sections collapsed. Jake held Princess Zara close as she shivered in his arms. Her people built well, she said with bitter humor. This prison will be my tomb after all. No, Jake said firmly. We did not come this far to give up now. Lisa cut through the debris while the others held support beams to keep the tunnel from caving in completely. Princess Zara watched these humans work together to save her life, something her own advanced people had never done for anyone. The plasma cutter broke through just as the main power Core exploded somewhere deep in the asteroid. The tunnel filled with rushing air as atmosphere vented into space. Everyone dove through the hole into their ship. Jake sealed the airlock as Amy fired the engines. The mining ship pulled away just as the ancient prison finally tore itself apart. Chunks of metal and crystal scattered into the asteroid field like deadly rain. They were safe. Princess Zara sat in the medical bay as Lisa checked her vital signs. The human woman was gentle and kind, unlike the cold scientists of her own world. "Thank you," she said to all of them. "I owe you my life." Jake sat beside her. "You do not owe us anything. We could not leave you trapped in that place." But Princess Zara knew these humans were special, her own. People would have demanded payment or tried to use her royal status for political gain. These humans asked for nothing, except that she be free over the following weeks as they traveled back toward human space. Princess Zara learned about Earth and its people. She told them about her world and why her own kind had turned against her. "My people are great builders and scientists," she explained. "But they lost their way. They believe might makes right and that other species exist only to serve them. I spoke against this and they called me traitor." Jake understood she had been punished for having a conscience for caring about others besides her own kind. No wonder her people saw her as dangerous when they reached Earth. Princess Zara was amazed. By what she saw, the humans had built beautiful cities but also preserved great forests and clean oceans. They had not destroyed their world in the name of progress. At the space station, Jake prepared to say goodbye to Princess Zara. She would need to find her own way now. Perhaps contact other surviving members of her species who shared her beliefs. But Princess Zara had made her choice. "I want to stay with you," she told Jake. "I want to help humanity reach the stars. Your people showed me kindness. When my own would not, I want to be part of this." Jake smiled and took her hand. "You will always have a home with us, Princess. But you can just call me Zara," she said with her first real smile in 200 years. "I am done being a princess. I would rather be free." Amy and Lisa welcomed their new crewmate with open arms. Together, the four of them returned to space to explore new worlds and find new life. Princess Zara used her advanced knowledge to help humanity build better ships and travel farther than ever before. She had found her true family among the stars with people who valued freedom and kindness over power and conquest. The human spirit had given her something her own advanced civilization never could: hope. And in the vast darkness between worlds, Jake and Zara worked side by side to build a better future for all thinking beings. They proved that sometimes the greatest strength comes not from weapons or technology, but from the simple choice to help someone in need. The alien princess had found her freedom at last.